Tell me about yourselves. What sort of music do you guys like? Rock?
Yeah.
Funk?
Yes.
Country?
Yeah.
Hair band?
Yeah.
Yes.
Synth?
Yeah.
Blues?
Yes.
Sure.
Jazz?
Yes.
Yes.
Jazz fusion?
Yeah.
You like sports, Jermaine?
No.
Brett, sports fan?
Not really.
Brett, you read?
Yeah.
What do you read?
I read the newspaper.
Yeah. Favorite part of the newspaper, Jermaine, what is it?
What?
Favorite part of the newspaper. What is it?
Pages?
Nope.
Articles?
Mm-mm.
I don't really have a favorite part.
Brett, you got a favorite part of the newspaper?
I like the stories about animals when they've escaped from the zoo.
Cool. So you guys got any questions you want to ask me?
No.
No.
Okay, so I'll flip it back. You guys ever grow a mustache?
TBTL.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
You know, when my wife and I try to remember what happened yesterday or the day before, well, we don't agree on anything. And you two, you not only agree, you use almost the exact same words to tell about it.
Oh boy. Who keeps putting Twizzlers in the fridge? Is it Sarah?
Crystal.
Crystal does
She
it.
likes them cold
Okay,
like
well, Crystal, you and I are gonna have another Twizzler talk.
I think the only promotion I'm interested in is promoting you guys to generals in my friendship army.
Yes, sir.
If there's a better use for the internet, I haven't found it.
Well, hello, good morning, and welcome everyone to a Friday edition of TBTL, the show that just might be too beautiful to live.
Ready to laugh and drop till your socks come off?
My name is Luke Burbank. I am your host.
Peace and love, peace and love.
Coming to you for the final day from beautiful downtown Friendship, Wisconsin. Aww. Where we have made so many friends here in town and had such an absolutely magical experience this week.
We hang out like friends, like the friends from that program Friends.
We find ourselves at episode 4518 in a collector series.
Let the fun begin.
And of course, that means this is also the final day of TBTL-a-Thon 16.
Oh la la!
Banding together. This is the 1 week a year that we remind you all that this is listener-supported podcasting and can only happen because of the incredible generosity and continued support of you, the tens of listeners who we would like to hear from today. We've had this phone line going all week at 206-414-TBTL.
I'm trying to use that phone!
But, other, things have gotten in the way, such as the history of Friendship, Wisconsin. I knew I was going to do that again. Friendship, Wisconsin. We've been talking about the history. We've also been profiled in the local newspaper. We've been on local radio. There's been a lot going on this week, meaning we haven't gotten to as many phone calls as we wanted. So today, please, call early, call often. If you get a busy signal, stay in line. Stay in line at 206-414-TBTL, and we'll try to get you on the air. Also, we do have news from Friendship. That is news about the topic of friendship. A kid in England entered a poetry contest and won. The subject was friendship, and he had an interesting take on it.
Kids and fantasy.
Talk about that too, and we'll talk to this guy, longest running Cobro of the show, maybe best known for his depictions of the tall ships. A lot of people don't know this about us.
We met on a BFF app.
We did. He is Andrew Walsh, and he's joining me right now. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Luke. I have some good news for you.
All right.
That I have been sitting on all morning. I did not tell you about this, but
this has just been a week of surprises.
Last night, I made a few phone calls. I canceled some flights. We live in friendship now. We are staying in friendship forever. Haven't completely cleared it with Pat and Michael yet, but I'm pretty sure we can stay here in the front room of the Historical Society. I'm planning on sleeping here for a while. So
I saw that they're hiring a dishwasher at a family affair.
Are they really?
So
I would be great at that.
You would be.
I am great at that.
You've been doing that pro bono at the Airbnb all week. And I have to say something, Andrew. By the way, let's also introduce, please, the longest tenured employee. In fact, he's employee numero uno of TBTB, and he's our dear friend, Mr. John Sklaroff.
You seem to me to be a pretty righteous hombre.
Who's right over there. Good morning, my friend.
Good afternoon, guys. I just in this moment on day 5 realized all week we've been saying good morning because that's what you guys do.
There's a reason for that.
Well, the bulk of our audience is on the West Coast and it is morning there. But we three hombres are here in the central it just occurred to me. I'm like, well, it's not morning where we are. So are we doing it for them or are we doing it for us? Or
We're doing it for
Luke?
we're doing it for consistency.
Okay.
Because
well, then good morning.
You don't trust yourself to like kind of switch up the first words, right?
I don't. I have to. This is a real thing. I have to say, as close as I can anyway, basically the same little, I don't know, 10 to 15 words to get the show rolling every day. If I had to think of a new way to sort of phrase things or something, it would be a real disaster.
Yeah, it's like scripting the first plays of a football drive.
Yes,
Exactly.
I script the first 40 plays of TBTL.
Right.
And also,
right.
which is why the show usually starts so hot.
Yeah.
just
we've got a plan.
Going away from that for just a moment, just keeping an eye on the live chat on the YouTube. Andrew, just so you know, Bob down at Wisconsin 106 said you're hired. So
nice.
that's it.
Okay, so
fantastic.
I've got a job. Andrew's got a job. John,
right.
what are we gonna? You gonna work at the smoke shop?
I'm gonna go back home to my wife and dog.
Oh, okay. well, this
sorry.
This triad is falling apart rapidly. The thing I was going to say, Andrew, is I can absolutely understand how your beloved partner of so many years, Genevieve, has. And again, I don't want to besmirch her reputation for, let's say, keeping things kept up around the home environment. But I can see how she may have. Sometimes when you'll describe kind of the division of labor at your place, how you tend to be the person who does a lot of the cleaning and maybe the laundry stuff and
I make the ice.
Ice making, a big thing. In fact, that was pretty cute. When we were on our way here, you were checking in with Genevieve about how you'd made some very annoying to make circular ice for a party she was having. You're like, the ice balls are ready to go.
I know she doesn't like taking the ice balls out of the ice, the thing that makes them. What is that silicone tray?
Silicone. The mold?
The mold, sort of. I know she really detests that. So, and I also knew she was having a little get-together on Monday or Tuesday this week, so I made sure to like take them all of the ice balls, the ice spheres out and like piled them up in like kind of Tupperwares, and I put them under the sink.
What's happening at the Airbnb?
That was a good joke.
Is wait, I missed that.
I said
one more time.
I said I took all the ice cubes out and I put them under the sink.
Oh,
they would be water by.
Yeah, gotcha.
I don't think we missed it.
I wouldn't say I'm missing it, Andrew.
My point is that it is very easy to slip into assuming Andy Times will take care of it.
Yeah.
And by that I mean the well-documented phenomenon on this show of Andrew Walsh always needing to be the last person to go to sleep.
You go to bed at midnight
Yes.
with a bunch of dishes laying around, and you wake up in the morning,
and
they're all gone.
a magic puttering fairy has done all of the dishes, has kind of just organized everything, has made it so nice.
Do you like the way I set the cherry tomatoes out?
I saw
sort of
exactly
as a
what
little
you
bit of
did there. It's amazing. Like, and
because you had them on a paper towel. I found a little bowl for them, and I put them in the kitchen counter, kind of on display.
It's been 5 nights total, I think, because we got here Sunday, and already I've completely surrendered and frankly immersed myself in the idea, embraced the idea that whatever chaos I leave behind, including many, many half-consumed cans of club soda throughout the Airbnb. The Andy Puttering Fairy with his headphones on and his, comedy Bang Bang playing in his ears or whatever goes on will go around and clean everything up. And first of all, I want to say thank you very much. And also, I'm sorry.
No, it's a compulsion. It is true. I don't really start doing it. It just starts happening. You know what I mean?
Like, well, we all benefit from it greatly.
Put one thing away in the fridge. You're like, well, this doesn't belong here. And then you start, all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're knee deep in the dishes and listening to your comedy Bang Bang. I don't mind it at all. If I minded, I wouldn't do it.
Well, I've now got to go back home to the Madrona Hill studio and start to pick up the pieces of my broken life because I will be the one who has to do the dishes and organize things and take care of everything so that it's not a complete disaster in the morning.
Yep.
What's the breakdown at your house, John, in terms of kind of who does what?
I actually do most of the dishes because for me, something about having my hands in the warm, bubbly water is kind of therapeutic. And so I actually enjoy doing them, although I'm happy to acquiesce the responsibilities to Andrew this week because he seems to also. And I also do most of the laundry, just also because I work from home and my wife has to be in office most days. Yeah. So I have the flexibility of moving laundry from the washer or dryer. But and then cleaning, we kind of split those.
You know what's driving me crazy right now?
Please tell me.
is I did a load of laundry right before we left. So right now it's just sitting in the washing machine wet.
Well, forget it.
Because
Game over.
I need to, after the show and after we tear down all this equipment, I got to go back and then put it over into the dryer. But I don't want it to get that, kind of sour
Mildew.
smell.
Oh,
Yeah,
you mean
yeah.
you mean at the Airbnb? I thought you
At
meant
the
back
Airbnb.
home in Seattle, and I was
no,
going to say that's a lost cause.
Oh goodness, yes. No, if I leave, what is your cutoff on that? For me, it's overnight. If I do a load of laundry at night and I forget to put it in the dryer before I go to bed, and now it's like 7-8 hours later, or well, let's see, it's me, so it's like 14 hours later, and I'm waking up. I'm like, nope, this is skunked. We got to run them through again.
Yeah, I'd say it might be 6 to 10 hours for me. And certainly if it's overnight, let's say that I washed the clothes on a Monday and now it's Tuesday morning and they're still in the washer, forget it. And I appreciate all of the folks who are sensitive to this, because for me, for whatever reason, there is not a more specific kind of smell that doesn't hit my nose particularly well than that. The smell of laundry that was washed but then left in the washing machine and then mostly dried out and then eventually thrown into the dryer. It's that, like you said, sickly sweet. It is so specific. And like, I'll be in an airport, I'll be getting ready to board the plane, and and let's be honest, it's typically a guy. There will be a guy 4 people behind me boarding, and I'll go, oh, that's a recently divorced man.
You know what's interesting?
That's a guy who is doing his own laundry for the first time in a long time, and he doesn't know what he's doing.
We're clearly talking about the same exact smell, but it's interesting how it hits us differently, because to me, it's not a sweet smell. It's like a stinging smell, almost like a sharp smell. What about you, John?
I think this.
You ever try to grow a mustache?
I think I'm more in the Andrew Campbell. I'll tell you something. A gross
Outvoted
story.
again.
Yeah, I'll tell you a gross
By the way,
story.
I'm videotaping all of this as evidence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're wearing your special
I'm wearing my special
glasses.
spy glasses
Yeah.
because once again, the two of you have teamed up against me, and people think I'm crazy when you guys gaslight me, but you can't gaslight me anymore because I've got this all on camera.
No, I actually think it's interesting. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it is interesting, like how senses kind of. We're definitely describing the same thing. It just hits you differently.
Yeah.
I really will say I don't like not knowing if you're recording me or not.
Well, you would know. Okay, I'm not recording you now, but Andrew, if I am recording you, a white light will go on with the glasses.
Okay. Do I like making eye contact? Is that a skill of mine? Is that something I'm strong with?
Okay, well, I'll just videotape John then.
Yeah. So can I finish this thought real quick? When I was
sorry,
I
John.
was a child, our washing machine at my house broke, and I had a load of my because I started like I was 12, maybe I was doing my own laundry.
Really?
Yeah, like not like all the time, but like
They grow up fast there in Westchester
No,
County.
that's great. I think that is a great skill for like I was
Yeah.
not ever really taught it. I was an adult and I was like, oh, I guess I got to do something with these.
Yeah.
I was very spoiled.
I started doing it around then probably, and the machine broke just because it was old and years of use, and it broke, and I had all my clothes, and it was just sitting in the water. It wasn't even drained. It was just like the water, and because I was a kid, I didn't think like, oh, I got to take these out, and I'm thinking I can't understand why neither of my parents said take your clothes out.
Yeah.
But nobody did, and so it sat in there for like 2 days until they came to like the new one came to get a replacement washing machine. And at that point, like that entire load of laundry, just had to throw it all away because it was
destroyed.
Literally throw it away.
Yeah, it was beyond.
Wow.
Yeah, because
When I was a kid, we would beat our laundry against the rocks down by the river. We didn't have, washing machine money like you. We did have a very strong culture in my family of drying our clothes on the clothesline.
Oh yeah,
my mom
that's
was
great.
really into that. I think, to some degree because she really loved the smell and the feel of it. But I think also because, my parents were very sort of cost conscious, and that was just one less big electrical appliance that was running.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
now my neighbors down the street from me where I live have put up a clothesline, and they use it every day, and it's got me thinking.
Yeah.
I might want to get. I mean, Andrew, this for you. You want to talk about puttering?
Yeah.
Puttering perfection. You got the clothespins. You're pinning them up there. You're taking them down. I mean, it's a lot of like sort of busy work around this.
We have one. I don't use it that often. Well, first of all, during the winters in Seattle, you're not really using that because it's so damp all the time.
Oh, my mom didn't let that stop her.
Oh, really? Yeah.
We often wore frozen underwear to school.
My problem is because it's not a habit, I forget my stuff out there. I hung up like a shirt like this, like a button-down short sleeve shirt. I, for some reason, only had one in the laundry, and everything else in that batch I threw in the dryer except for this shirt, which I then hung outside. And I think I found it, I'm not joking, a week later. This was like, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago or something. And I think it might have already fallen to the ground by that point. So I need to, if you put your clothes outside, you got to remember it. I actually felt bad. I'm like, what must the neighbors think?
There's nothing better than a towel that is dried on the clothesline. It's
Really?
kind of starched. It's
See,
a little bit.
I'm opposite. I would never do towels.
I'm on
I
Luke's side now.
Nope.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Okay, you know what? I'll stop recording
On
you
a
then,
warm,
John.
on a
Thank you for
warm
agreeing
sunny
with me.
day.
No,
in
I
that
don't.
towel.
No,
Like,
no.
yeah,
I like
love it.
soft, fluffy out of the dryer.
No.
Oh,
The
with
problem-
the smell of Downy.
The problem with a towel that is too fluffy is that, in my experience, it does not actually absorb the water
Yes.
properly. Like you need to have these towels that are allegedly fancy and that are too plush. Sometimes they don't feel like they actually get the water off of your body.
I've had that kind of a towel before, but that I lay that on the construction and manufacturing of the towel, not whether or not I put it in the dryer or not. And I'm just sorry, like we finally did it. We got to Hot Talk Radio
We
here
sure
on
did.
TBTL. I just can't believe how wrong you guys are, and I will die on this hill.
I feel like yesterday file management was the camel's nose under the tent. Of us, let's be honest, going back to regular TBTL programming,
Sure, yeah.
we've sort of been on our best behavior so far this week. We've been interviewing local luminaries here. We've been talking to the Tens. We've been having these great experiences. And we've been meeting people with names like Big Scoops.
Yeah.
Here it is Friday, and let's be honest, we're regressing to the mean.
Yeah,
we are returning to our normal form, which is many hours of very banal talk.
I just saw Breakfast with Bob just retracted his donation.
And that's fair.
It's totally
he
fair.
clawed it back.
He clawed it back, exactly.
Hey, do we have anybody calling in, Andrew?
Yeah, we got
on
somebody
the
on the
phone?
line right here waiting. I think you might have heard of this fella before.
Ahoy, hoy.
Hey, you're on TBTL. Who is this?
Hey, guys, it's Nick from Connecticut.
Oh, my gosh. Nick, the perfect 10 in Connecticut. Hey, buddy. How are you?
I'm great. How are you all doing?
Good. I'm glad to hear it, man. What's the latest?
Well, I wanted to agree with you first and foremost, and I know you just love hearing that.
I do.
But I have a clothesline, and we use it all the time, and I'm with you. There is nothing better than like freshly dried sheets and towels and clothes.
You know, we're going to go to another phone call here.
Nick, stay in line. Stay in line. Andrew muted you, but now you're back. I fought him. Because it's kind of, they're almost like a little bit crispy, right? But in the good way?
Yes. I like for all of my like work clothes and just t-shirts and everything, like everything that's besides my delicates and my running clothes.
And your unmentionables.
Everything goes out on the line. Correct, exactly. And it just, and I think the smell for me, like especially coming in after like a hard day of yard work and then you lay down on fresh sheets that were just like laying out in the sun and just kind of crisping up. Oh, there's nothing like
Thank you, Nick.
You know what? I will admit now, sometimes, every now and then, if Genevieve does that, I will grab a towel and just take this big inhale of the smells of North Aurora on my towel.
Yeah, part of this problem could be because of Andrew's specific geography. What part of Connecticut are you in these days, Nick? Are you like in one of the cities or are you out in the hinterlands?
In the hinterland. So I'm actually like 100 feet from the Massachusetts border. So like on most of my runs, I will actually go into Massachusetts and then just come on back over the line there like that.
And nobody stops you? There aren't any
it's
border patrol or anything?
Yeah, surprisingly, well, it's because I'm running so fast.
They can't see you. You're running a zigzag pattern.
Just a blur.
Exactly.
And are you
Stafford
working?
Springs.
Are you working in hospitality these days?
So actually, I like the last Thon I called and I got a new job and I was at that swim school.
Yeah.
And I have recently got a new gig. I'm the site manager for it's called SBM. So basically, I'm a custodial manager. That's the easiest way to put it.
Cool.
So you manage folks that do custodial stuff.
Correct. Exactly.
And do they go out to multiple locations?
So I just within one building. So
Okay.
I'm within the, and stay with me on this. I'm with the Cigna headquarters. So I don't work for Cigna. I just work for the company that cleans the building.
Cigna, the healthcare folks.
Correct.
And they're a client, and you kind of singularly focus on that client yourself. That's interesting.
Exactly.
I love that. Obviously, because I am somebody who cleans a lot, the custodial industry is very fascinating to me.
I absolutely love it. It's funny. On my very first job at Disney, I was a custodian, and here I am now a custodial manager. So it's funny how things come full circle like that. But the idea, like, I actually have a cleaning belt that I wear that I keep like cleaning solution and rags. And oddly enough, I keep a tennis ball with me because we have terrazzo as our tile, and and the best way to get up scuff marks from terrazzo is using a tennis ball. True story.
Wow, Nick, I think I love your close association with TBTL, but I think you just became Spotless's number one resource.
Well, I was just thinking, I think you just saved this episode of TBTL. That is really interesting.
So that's the tip is if you have, is it terrazzo tile exclusively or any kind of tile, a tennis ball will get up like a kind of a mark, a shoe mark.
To my knowledge, terrazzo in particular, because if it's linoleum, it will. You can still use it, and like what I also do for like stubborn stains as well. I will wrap the tennis ball in a microfiber cloth and then really put some elbow grease into it, and almost everything comes up that way. So it shows you if there's it's kind of like the vinegar and baking soda of cleaning floors. Just scrub really hard.
So you are walking around with a tennis ball all day, and also bouncing a tennis ball is very fun. Do you also just sort of fiddle with it and bounce it, or you have a strict, like, this is a tool, not a toy policy?
Oh no, I once in a while I'll bounce it when I'm just walking around, but then when I get into the stairwells, I will like as I'm walking up the stairs, I'll throw it against the wall and try to catch it. But then sometimes like the railing's in the middle, and then it hits that, and then it like hits me in the head, or I have to go back down the stairs. It's the whole thing.
This is great.
Have you ever heard a healthcare executive declining coverage and you just winged it at them? You just fired it directly at them? I guess that's. I guess I was forgetting about some recent events in that space. I meant this in a more of a throwing a tennis ball at a person way rather than doing them any actual physical harm.
Don't.
You know what, Nick?
Let's not riff. Let's not riff.
You know what? I took us to a place that, in the words of Morrissey, I started something, took us to a zone that we were really never meant to go. What else is new, or what did you want to talk about today? What are you calling in for specifically?
Well, I really wanted, this is kind of just because it is Thon Week, I wanted to I obviously renewed my donation.
Thanks, buddy.
And
appreciate you.
You all talked about something last week, and it resonated with me because it was something along the lines of, between the three of you, your time in radio, I think it's been like, I roughly added up, it's like close to like 60 years or something like that. Like
mostly those guys.
All of you. And what I mean by all of that is because this show is so good, and it's not by accident that you have so many listeners. Like, I know we joke about tens, but like there's thousands of people who listen to this every single day. And you just said it a little while ago. You said, the banality of all, but the banality is the best part. That's why we tune in every single day. So like I really just wanted this is kind of encouraging other tens to, if you haven't donated, please really consider this, because we need this joy in our life to continue, because it helps me get through a lot of hard days. And
they don't call them the perfect 10 for nothing, people.
Right.
That's really sweet of you.
Thank you so much,
Nick.
man.
That's really sweet of you. We appreciate it. And I have to say that, like, I've been feeling that way this week, kind of a lot. Like, as we like to joke on the show, what is it called? Less shame, because we've gotten to kind of introduce a bunch of folks here in the town of Friendship to the idea of TBTL. People that are here at the Historical Society, and our friend Bob in the Morning down at Wisconsin 106.
Breakfast with Bob.
Breakfast with Bob. I'm keep pushing him to think about changing the name to Bob in the Morning, and he refuses. Our friend Harriet at the paper here, like, we basically, when we came to this town, nobody knew what a TBTL was, and over the course of the week, we've been able to tell them about it, and then watch it sort of dawn on them that this is a real thing, and that we do have, a pretty decent number of listeners. And by the way, just a very, very unbelievably loyal group of people that listen to the show, who will all jump on the Wisconsin 106 website and Facebook page to try to guess for the question to ponder and everything. And like, it's just been like, it's filled me with this sense of real pride around the show and around the tens of listeners. And this feeling that like, yeah, we are pretty good at this. And even when we were on the radio the other day, sitting around in the studio talking about all of our careers and what got us here, I was like, yeah, we have kind of been doing this for a long time, both individually and together. Like, we do have a certain amount of like institutional knowledge about the topic of radio and podcasting and running a business now. Like, so I really appreciate you saying that. And this is a week that I think I'm kind of, in an unusual turn, I'm kind of feeling proud of us.
Yeah, and I would also say I am lucky to have fallen in with you in your lot, Luke, because I think that you and I just truly share the same taste in what we like in radio, and that's one of the reasons we have been vibing on Wisconsin 106 all week and hearing Bob in the morning. Like, that's the kind of radio we like. It's very live, it's very loose, it's very personal, and we've been listening to that and actually like kind of taking notes about like, oh, this is kind of like what we do, or or stealing ideas.
This morning, Bob and his buddy were just naming their favorite Billy Joel lyrics.
That's right.
For a good 20 minutes.
It was so great. I love that. And I have a new idea for our show called The Question to Ponder. It was something I came up with last night.
Sounds promising.
And that's going to be like hours. Now I'm going to copyright that or patent it or whatever.
I thought you were going to call it The Query to Ruminate.
The Question to Query. Yeah. But no, for real. And so I think I'm lucky that, we have that too. Not that a little creative tension is always the worst thing, but you and I we're doing what we like listening to.
Yeah, exactly. And we're here in the 16th iteration of the Thon, figuring out somehow how to keep this thing going for another year. And it's due to all of the really wonderful, listeners of the show and folks like you, Nick. So thanks, man. We really do appreciate you.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. It's so funny because I remember when I was working at a golf course, and I remember it was the third Thon, and it was, you had the Foreigner song, Feels Like the First Time, but you had Sean DeTore do third over first.
I remember
But it was a really good mix, though, right? So it sounded like
flawless.
You couldn't even tell.
You didn't know if it was meant that way or not, but it was incredible as always.
Wait,
what's happening?
I was trying to find the song, the Sean DeTore mix, but it was somehow going into "Let Me Poop," that little girl singing the song from Frozen.
Come on, let's not let our Wisconsin friends know about that. Let's keep that for our
third time. Third.
I'm not hearing it.
Third.
Wait, which part is Sean?
Yeah, exactly. Again, flawless is the best way to describe it.
All right, Nick. Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Yeah, thanks for everything.
Hey, Andrew, speaking of the listeners and their journeys with TBTL, I know that we received a little origin story voicemail from our dear friend, Cassie.
Yes, we did. This came on the voicemail line, I think, yesterday, if I recall, or maybe earlier this week. But she just wanted to let us know about kind of her journey with TBTL, and I found this to be a bit of an emotional roller coaster, if I'm being honest with you, but very, very, very sweet. So here, take it away, Cassie.
Hey guys, this is your friend Cassie from Oakland. Loving the Thon, and I was just thinking, I was like, we've been friends. Love you guys. And I was like, I don't think I ever told them how I got into TBTL, did I? So a friend of yours who you guys refer to as Durs and I were dating many years ago. And he said, Cassie, you have to listen to this. You have to listen to this. I know you're going to like it. Okay, let me give it a...
My apology. Can I just pause here and just, I apologize for all of the noise that is going on right now. I was trying to take a call and keep it on hold while we listen to Cassie, but it's all coming through the same part of the board, and apparently I don't have the functionality I thought I had. So the listener I just hung up on...
Do you want to just send me Cassie's
No, we're
going
to start this over. Okay. It's all good. We're not taking phone calls right now. They're not going to hear any more phones ringing over top of Cassie's message.
I like that.
We're starting it over. We're not live or anything, right?
No.
We'll cut this all out.
Absolutely.
We'll clean it up later. But I just feel like I really want just to hear this without all the interruptions.
Okay.
Cassie, take it away.
Hey guys, this is your friend Cassie from Oakland. Loving the Thon. And I was just thinking, I was like, we've been friends. Love you guys. And I was like, I don't think I ever told them how I got into TBTL, did I? So a friend of yours who you guys refer to as Durs and I were dating many years ago. And he said, Cassie, you have to listen to this. You have to listen to this. I know you're going to like it. And I was like, okay, let me give it a spin. I did, and I absolutely loved the show. But devastatingly, but mutually, we broke up. It was my first adult relationship, and I was destroyed. I was just destroyed. And so I was like moving into my first A studio apartment on Capitol Hill in Seattle. And between bawling my eyeballs out, I was just binging TBTL. I was also binging some liquor at the time. But,
correlation.
Been there.
And it truly the cure for global loneliness. It just meant so much to me. I sincerely felt like I had like this group of buddies, and it helped me so much through truly. I was also unemployed at the time. What was like a devastatingly dark time in my life. So I just, and since then I was like, okay, we're besties. I love this show. Also, if you see your friend Durs, he did take, a lamp from me. I was emotionally vulnerable, and I let him take this lamp that I got at an estate sale for $10. He loved it. I loved it. And I said, oh, screw it, you can have it. And during the move out.
Oh,
so
man.
if you see that guy, if you're in his house, go ahead and steal that lamp back from me and send it on down to Oakland, please. I'm incensed. It's been almost 20 years. I'm incensed. Okay, not 20 years. You know what I mean. 15, maybe 12. I don't know. Time.
Who's counting?
Who cares? Okay. Love you guys. What you do is so important.
Okay,
Bye, guys.
Our buddy Cassie in Oakland.
Next Thon, we're stealing the lamp back.
Yes.
That's the thing.
That's the caper.
That's right.
We always need there to be some sort of dramatic tension
Yeah.
for the Thon week. And like this week, it was, will they make friends in the town of Friendship, Wisconsin? Next year, it could be, will they be able to re-steal the lamp?
That must have been a great lamp for like them both, Tawana and for Cassie, to still be thinking about it this long later.
Oh, my friend. I'm thinking about many things from many separations. I'm talking Post-it notes that I liked. Like, oh, those were the good ones.
So-
Fine, you can have them.
TBTL-a-Thon 17 Oceans 11.
Yes.
Just going
Yes.
around heisting things.
Yes, exactly. Well, Cassie, thanks for leaving us the message. We love Cassie. We have Cassie on the show, semi-regularly, and it's always one of the most delightful moments of TBTL. Cassie is one of those persons who just, everything she says is compelling to me. You know what I mean? Whether she's like sitting outside of a Trader Joe's, just like sampling different seltzer water.
Yes,
Like-
yes. And discovering a certain kind of grape that she likes because she doesn't usually like fruit. I mean, if I don't know if it's private or not, but maybe I won't promote it. But I used to follow Cassie on Instagram, and it was definitely the best follow on my feed.
She also has a dog named Dagmar.
Yeah,
which I think tells you everything you need to know.
That's right. That's right. The phone lines are open again,
Okay.
as long as it's working. I'm not seeing anything come in, but if you've been trying, try again. And
206-414-TBTL.
Oh yeah, we have to give out the number. We never gave out the number.
You gotta hammer that number,
That's
my
right.
friend. That's
Oh
an
my
old
God.
talk radio
I know.
truism. Just if again, not that too many of us are even probably listening to talk radio where they take calls anymore. That's sort of not the thing. But if you ever happen to hear the host just saying the phone numbers hundreds of times, it means that nobody is calling in.
I have some very good news for you, Luke, because the person who I hung up on rudely during Cassie's message has gotten through again. it
Okay,
looks like
excellent.
here.
Ahoy, hoy.
Hi, this is TBTL. Who is this?
Oh, hi, it's Sarah Nichols-Smith.
Sarah.
Hello.
TBTL's official real estate agent.
Realtor to the stars.
Are you referring to yourself as a
I
star?
just realized that I'm
on
referring.
What's that, Sarah?
I'm on my spy glasses.
Yeah, right. Hold on, I'm going to put mine on too, and then I'm
creeps. You guys are creeps.
I'm gonna, Sarah.
How's
I don't know if you're watching
how's
us
the
on.
audio on it?
I don't know if you're watching on YouTube right now, but I have mine on now, and I'm staring into the camera, and then you could stare into the YouTube, and I think our glasses can talk to each other.
It's weirdly intimate.
It is.
I was, but I'm actually walking at SeaTac on the mile-long walk between the light rail and the security right now with my kids.
Yeah. But yeah, you got those glasses because of Luke's talking about him on the show, right?
I did. And then, as I said in the chat, I think I out-Luked Luke by buying a second pair immediately.
Whoa.
Because that's how much you liked him that you were like, I can never be without these. So if my child breaks the first ones, I need a backup pair.
Well, yep. Or so that like they can wear them and we can, do the same thing where we're both recording each other and the internet has all of our data all the time.
I know. That's the thing.
I'm pretty sure that they're as cheap as they are because Meta then is collecting. Like they want everybody to wear them.
No, it's awful.
And it's not like they're cheap, but they're less expensive than people would think.
Yeah.
No, I mean, this is the thing, Sarah. And also my friend Evan immediately got a pair. He just got them in the mail the other day. I did not intend to be the chief evangelist for any Mark Zuckerberg related situation. But I unintentionally did so because they are, from just like a functional standpoint, they are actually quite amazing. But again, they come from the pure pit of hell. They're like,
I was just at
in Lord of the Rings, wherever it is that they make those weird, I don't know if they're orcs or something.
Isengard?
But that big like vat that are like these guys are being, that's where they make the meta glasses.
The Urukai.
Yeah, they birth.
That's what he said.
They come right out of that pit, and then I start promoting them, and then many of the listeners of the show are out there buying them. So good job, Luke.
Hey.
What are you using them for, Sarah?
It's probably a better idea to donate to TBTL though.
Nice, thank you. Great messaging.
Go do that.
But back to the glasses from the pit of hell. What is the primary? What's the primary use case for you these days, Sarah?
Okay, so the good one. So I'm renting an e-bike from a company called Wombi, and it's like $200 a month, and I've got a setup for my kids on it. It's a really nice bike, but I am a little like nervous about cars pulling out, and if anything happens. So I've been recording our rides.
Oh, I see, like a dash cam, but for a human.
Kind of, yeah. And then also, like yesterday, have you ever heard of Heron Island here in Washington?
I believe so.
It's not as fancy as it sounds, but it's a private island with community, and they've got one of their private ferries. And I was just out there, and they have deer that like run all around the island, eating out of your hands. And so I fed a deer an apple while I was recording it, so I had like both my hands free to I don't know, fight it off if it got aggressive. But
Wow.
Yeah, and then have you found yourself?
But like I got a good video of that.
Have you listened to TBTL through them, and does it sound better or more entertaining?
Well, it's funny because now I'm listening. I hear on both ears because normally I listen with like one AirPod in. So it's more of a like all surrounding.
Were you not getting the Andrew side or the Luke side before?
It depended on who I agreed with on the day.
Can you weigh in on the towel situation? Did you hear a towel conversation earlier?
I didn't, because we were on the light rail, so I was, in and out.
I am very pro drying a towel on the clothesline and then pulling it off when it's almost kind of starchy and stiff. And Andrew is not a fan of that.
I like clotheslines for other things, but not for towels. I like towels to be tumble dried with Downy.
Well, it's just when you're in Seattle, it's either like 9 months out of the year you can't do a clothesline.
Yes.
It's raining.
Yes, but for the few months you can, I do think it's. I mean, I don't have one, but I'm the new version of me.
I would prefer a towel over a railing versus there's something about a towel over a railing as you dry off. You know what I mean? Like porch railing or a deck railing or a pool railing.
That does say that says summer fun.
Yes,
and in
does,
fact,
certainly.
when we had the Burbank siblings weekend, a lot of people were going in the hot tub, and then a lot of towels were strung over the railing, and it felt like, you know what? Relaxation is happening in this place. There's the evidence of relaxation having happened.
Yes. When we were in Croatia, there was a pool, and there were about, I think, 7 or 8 of us sharing this house. And one of my favorite photos that I took on that trip, and maybe one of my favorite photos I've ever taken, honestly, is everybody. There were these sets of stairs that sort of crisscrossed, and you could see them all. And on all 3 levels, we had hung all of our towels, and it ended up. Nobody did it on purpose, but it ended up just
what
like
a vibe.
It was such a vibe. It was so beautiful. And there is something you missed this too, and I feel bad for you, Sarah. Maybe go back later and listen because it was really
no way
good.
for her to ever hear this
But
episode.
I was talking about making ice earlier and how I'm obsessed with making ice in my kitchen, and I use these I like to make ice spheres instead of, I don't think I'm saying that word right, ice balls instead of ice cubes. And so I have these really like hard to use silicone ice trays that make these things round, and you have to, and the water goes all over the place when you're making them. So what I do is I grab a beach towel out of the linen closet or whatever, and I lay it down. I do this like when I make ice every day or every other day. I lay a beach towel down on my, still want to live with me? Lay it down on the counter, and then I fill these things up, and then I press the lids down, and water kind of squirts up and it gets all over and it soaks the towel. But my point with all of this is getting that towel out of the closet always sparks something in me because it's a beach towel, you know, and it's just seeing the beach towel evokes fun times, like you were saying.
I just actually bought at Target a bunch of beach towels. Like I don't think I've ever owned 8 towels that had stripes that were like pink stripes on them. And by the way, not that expensive.
Yes.
Surprisingly affordable.
You got to do the Costco. You got to do the Costco beach towels.
Okay.
Really?
I didn't even know about
the
this.
Epitome of the summer beach towel.
Oh, nice.
Every spring when they get all their summer stuff out.
Okay, well that's good to know because I'm through being married for large sections of my life and then being single or not living with a partner or whatever, I've been through various towel related scenarios where the other person was buying towels, they just sort of appeared, where I was just toting like 4 mismatched towels through life because I just had those. And before my sibling weekend, I was like, everyone's going to be going in the hot tub. Why don't I just go actually buy some towels that are not for the bathroom? They are purely for getting out of the hot tub and drying off. And I put them in a little cabinet out on the deck, and it was like, you want to talk about satisfying, Andrew.
Yeah.
I fold them up in a certain way now, and it just like, I just stare into this cabinet on my deck that has beach towels in it that all match, and everything quiets down in my mind for about 30 seconds.
I have like a Pavlovian reaction to this day when I see a kid's beach pail. I know you don't like the way I say that word, bucket or whatever, a plastic toy bucket with with the little shovel. Like, I'm too old to play with those, but I still get the same. Like, I think there's one outside of our Airbnb just sitting on a picnic table or something. And I still, when I see it, I instinctively get excited because it means it's beach times.
Yes. Well, Sarah, anything else? Anything else you wanted to discuss with us before we get to our friendship in the news?
No, I should probably go across the sky bridge here and get yelled at by security. So
perfect.
I am flying to the Midwest, but unfortunately, I'm going to not be at the picnic. I'm heading to St. Louis to see my family. So
well, that's also an important part of life. So safe travels, and thanks for all you've done for the show over the years. We really appreciate you, Sarah.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, this week was great, and we appreciate you all too.
All right.
Take care. Be
Bon
safe
voyage.
out there.
There goes our friend, Sarah Nichol-Smith.
Jump in real quick. Andrew, just so you know, just based on the chat right now, I think you're going to get some calls into Spotless about the fact that you shouldn't use fabric softener on towels.
I know, because you have to descale them. I know.
I'm just saying,
I wasn't thinking that, folks. I just didn't want to get... Luke, I was getting this vibe from Luke, like we've gone deep enough into towel cleaning.
Right. I wasn't trying to belabor it.
I took it deeper talking about my hot tub towels. No. Hey, we are here trying to keep TBTL in business, and this is the Thon week. And John, I know there was a couple of things that you wanted to sort of clarify for folks about donations and the like.
Yes, thank you. Just a little housekeeping reminders for folks, just because maybe this is on me not always communicating the best to donors and listeners. So just to want to reiterate, if you're giving monthly already and you have been since last year or the year before, and you're happy giving your 10, 25, whatever dollars it is a month, you don't have to do anything. You can just let it roll, and it'll keep going.
And you'll receive your gifts.
And thank
as
you,
long
Andrew.
as your address hasn't changed or
right.
anything like
That's
that.
another part of this is if you to anyone who's updated their address, please let me know. John Jon at TBTL.net. But as far as the gift thing goes, like if you're a monthly donor, there's a place on the website if you want to go increase or decrease wherever's best for your budget. Your monthly gift, you can do that. It's right there with all the gifts, so you can see everything. If you just want to make an additional one-time donation, I've seen a lot of folks do that. Like, hey, I give $10 a month, but I want to give an extra 25. That's also greatly appreciated. So you can do that there too. And of course, if you have any questions at all about your giving, please send me an email. But just want to reiterate that for donors who are giving monthly, like if you're happy where you're at, don't worry about doing a thing, and you'll get your thank you gifts.
Awesome.
And we're very grateful for it.
And by the way, John's response time, I don't want to put pressure on you, but John's response time is very, very rapid this week. Like the second that we're done sitting here with the microphones and the cameras and all that, John just goes into basically like sort of user experience. He's our chief experience officer here at TBTL. And anybody who has any sort of question, no matter how complex or simple about their donation or what they can or can't do, or can you send the prize to this person, et cetera, the thank you gift, John is on the case. So email him and he will get you fixed up straight away.
Yes.
Hey, we have another call, Andrew. Should we?
We certainly do.
Ahoy, hoy.
Hi, you're on the TBTL-a-Thon. Who is this?
Hey guys, this is Steve in Alexandria, Virginia.
Hey, what is up, Steve? How are you?
Pretty good. How about you guys? Sounds like you're having an awesome time over there. It's like
We really are. Like we're
picture perfect.
Yeah, we are like madly in love with this town and the people, and just like this week, really. And this is a classic sort of TBTL style, and also just the way that the three of our brains are wired. We're already depressed about next year's Thon. This one's not even over.
It won't live up.
We were already trying to figure out how to top this next year, and we realized that it can't be topped. And so we're after this year, the show's over.
Oh, don't say
Luke,
that.
I'm surprised you haven't put a down payment on the house yet.
Well, you know what, Steve? It's funny you'd say that because we're staying in this Airbnb, and it's great for what we need. We got plenty of space. Andrew has a beautiful private bathroom.
I have an ensuite.
But it's also pretty janky. Like there is one part of the kind of dining room floor area that if you stepped on it, you could very much probably fall right down through to the ground. Like
very soft.
There are a million different kinds of bugs and mosquitoes and flies that set upon you as soon as you step outside.
There are also a million signs instructing you to relax.
Yes. It's one of those rentals where they're just constantly reminding you that you're near the lake.
Yes, exactly.
And Andrew said, when I was sort of low-key complaining about something, and Andrew goes, well, we finally found a vacation place that you're not immediately trying to figure out how you can buy.
Yeah, you should you maybe look down the street in Adams or something. Maybe I hear that's.
I did. Now listen,
according to Bob.
let's not get it twisted.
No,
I have been on Redfin.
You have been on Redfin?
I have. Oh yeah, when I retire to my room, I'll usually get on there and see what Castle Rock Lake real estate prices are doing. So yeah, no, I mean I've got a couple irons in the fire, Steve.
Yeah.
What's going on, my friend? You're the root bound guy, right?
Yeah, that's me. Even though I this is what I have to say as far as TBTL-a-Thon, the testament to what you guys have been able to accomplish to doing a show 5 days a week, every day for as long as a person becomes an adult is very impressive. Because I did about 100 and something weekly shows, and now I've been on kind of an unexpected, nearly year-long hiatus. So it's hard to keep this up.
It is.
I was only doing it weekly. So
well, but here's the thing, Steve, and this is sort of at the core of the whole. Thon. The reason that we're able to do it 5 days a week is it's our job.
Exactly.
Like this is, we get paid to do this. We wake up in the morning, and when it's time for us to make the donuts, this is the donuts.
Yes.
And if this were for us just like a passion project or something that we really intended to do 5 days a week or a couple of days a week, like I'm amazed that you did as many episodes as you've done with Rootbound. Like that's an incredible accomplishment. But as you know, when it isn't your main job, it tends to like kind of move down the priority list.
For sure. And it's hard. And then, like everyone said in all of their messages here, it's been a particularly difficult year for everybody.
Yeah.
And so like finding time for the hobby podcast is a challenge. I do hope to spin it back up, maybe give myself a little more grace and not have to like do it every week. Cause I was like, actually inspired by you, Luke, to be like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be regular as I can.
Yeah.
And I did it. But now maybe I'll make it a little bit more like loosey-goosey because it's fun. But when you're scrambling last minute and
you don't want to feel
it can be a challenge.
Pressure.
Yeah,
I'm also trying to get as regular as I can.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Based on how many hours you spent in your private bathroom, it seems like it's going fine.
I wanted to ask you a question, Steve, and I'll try to let the listeners in on this too. But let me just ask you this. Remember Clubhouse? Because I have you listed in the TBTL kind of phone bank here. I knew it was you calling in because I have it as Clubhouse Steve or TBTL Clubhouse Steve. I assume, Luke, this means nothing to you.
I think I remember this being a kind of a hangout thing, right, that folks could do.
Yes.
They could kind of get together in a virtual space. Was this sort of pandemic era? Hey, look at this.
We got some tens walking by the window.
We got tens walking by the window here. That would be the third and fourth tens that we've observed.
Yeah.
Here in Friendship as of today. I think we've got some people that are coming in early for the get together tonight, and they figured they would come check out the broadcast. And what I'll say is the looks on their faces I would describe as underwhelmed.
Was that a Minnesota Twins?
Yes.
That was the new
The star, North Star on it.
Oh, really?
M with the North Star.
Oh, okay, but it's not the City Connect. I thought the kid, the orange hat, was
Oh,
the City
the orange.
Connect.
No,
okay.
there's
Can we go back to towel talk?
Yeah.
The City
Anyway,
Connects are blue.
so
but-
Clubhouse was like an audio only. It was strange because everything is like video these days. But for some reason, like 5 years ago, this thing called Clubhouse sort of like kind of caught fire for a very brief period of time, and it was audio only. Little like kind of groups and rooms you could go in, right, Steven? You organized one around TBTL.
It was pretty cool. I mean, I liked it. It just fell off because of pandemic and people having normal lives, and also like it was a very hard thing to monetize, and so they kept floundering. But it was a fun time. You know, it was a little magical moment of time. And actually, listener Ryan, if he's listening, shout out to him. Like that's how we ended up talking and realizing that we live like less than a mile from each other.
Oh, nice.
We're good buddies now.
Oh, I love that.
And,
Hell yeah,
actually,
dude.
I remember Justice, who was on the Justice, who called in from Spain. She had been on a couple of those.
Okay. Good. That's that person's name.
Justice. So yeah.
The phone kept breaking up when Justice was saying her name, so I wasn't exactly
I was
sure what it
confused
was.
there.
Yeah, that's great. That's so cool. I mean, you want to again talk about the heart of what we're doing here this week. Like, why are we in friendship? Because our podcast is that's the basis of our podcast. You have made IRL friends because you guys are both listening to us argue about towels.
It's somehow it happens. Also, shout out Jen and Kelly, who were the original washing
Yes.
pens, who I connected with when I moved to DC, and we all get together a lot less regularly these days, but we did get together last summer all as a group, and
Nice.
I said Ryan, we get together for dinner pretty regularly, and he lives like just a stone's throw away, but we didn't know that until we were like chatting on a Clubhouse thing. So
That's dope.
Really cool.
Well, listen, Steve, man, thanks again for being part of the show from like your days in Europe, I think, till you're coming stateside and
wow,
just.
you have a good memory. I'm so impressed by how you remember everybody.
Well, there's not as many tens as maybe some would think. I would like to say that's because I have total recall, but it's also because, and also you guys are all out there living interesting lives. So, of course, it sticks in the mind a little bit because you guys are getting up to interesting things. So, Steve, we appreciate you, man. And thanks for being part of TBTL.
Well, thank you guys. And just to do that little NPR style fundraiser pitch, all those out there listening, if you haven't supported before, think about supporting now. Every little bit counts. You can get that awesome sticker of the billboard, which I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
And but it's think about how much this show has been in your life. I've been listening to you guys for like so long. Like it's incredible, and I think there's a lot of people out there like that too. So
thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. That's
really
very
appreciate
kind
that.
of you.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Take care. You know what I love here is that we didn't really mention our fundraising efforts at all on the show yesterday. We were talking to Michael. We were talking about whatever we were talking about, and kind of realized at the end of the show, we never reminded people what we're doing here. And we also didn't have time to take many phone calls. And now today, we wanted to take as many phone calls as possible. And what are the listeners doing? They're doing the messaging for us. I'm getting almost emotional.
Honestly,
about
making
this.
us look really good because we're not even the ones having to beg for the money.
Exactly.
They're begging on our behalf. That's the kind of thing that happens, Andrew, when your billboard becomes a designated historic landmark in Adams County. Like we found out yesterday, we have become, our billboard is one of 80 historically preserved registered places now here in Adams County, officially from the Adams County Historical Society.
That's right.
So,
and people who are watching online can see that plaque designating
take that, Serial.
That's right. What have you accomplished?
Exactly.
Hello and welcome to Top Story.
All right, we've been doing stories of friendship in the news, and this week because we're in friendship. And I saw a story this morning from the BBC, Andrew and John, about a poetry contest that was being held for young people from the ages of 7 to 11, and that the winner of the contest, the overall winner, was a young guy. I believe his name was Miles. This was the Latitude Festival, and it was in Norfolk and Cambridgeshire. where they had this competition, and this kid Miles won the competition. Again, it was writing poems about friendship, and his poem was inspired by the world of Minecraft, and his poem is called "A Friend Like Steve."
Oh. Because Steve is the name of the... I didn't even know this. I've logged many, many hours playing Minecraft, but I don't really know much about the universe. I just know which creatures scare the heck out of me, and I got to run away from them in the game. And so I did not even know that there's I guess, is that the main...
That's the main guy.
You're playing Steve. When you're playing Minecraft, you're playing Steve.
You're being
Is
Steve,
that right?
yes, and that's who Jack Black is in the movie.
Okay, yeah.
So this poem about friendship is inspired by Minecraft, and it is called "A Friend Like Steve." And I actually have the poem here, Andrew.
Okay.
Do we have any poetry music?
Well, this is what I'm on the YouTube. We didn't pick this in advance, and so I'm frantically here. I don't know if you saw over my shoulder. I'm on the YouTube audio library, and you know what? Let's just do this, Luke.
Okay.
So there's free music you can use made by artists who contribute to YouTube, and they say people can use this for their projects. And you can sort by genre, and you can sort by mood. And so we can choose as many as you want. Let's start with genre.
Yes.
Are we looking for alternative and punk? I don't think so.
No, this is a sweet poem about friendship based in the world of Minecraft.
Ambient? No.
No.
Children's? No. Cinematic?
Cinematic if it was very kind of loving.
Okay, what we'll do is we're going to choose cinematic, and then we'll choose a mood later.
Okay.
And then classical, we can call up some classical stuff. I'm going to skip country and folk and dance and hip-hop and holiday and jazz and pop and R&B and soul and reggae and rock. We're going to go with cinematic and classical, and then we're going to go mood here, Luke, and here are your choices for mood.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Is it an angry poem?
No,
Is
it's
it
the opposite.
Is it a bright poem?
I mean, it's a happy poem.
Okay.
It's about friendship.
Is it a calm? I'm choosing bright. Is it calm?
I think there's some calmness there.
Is it dark?
No.
Is it
Definitely not.
dramatic?
No.
Is it funky?
You know what? I wouldn't describe it as funky.
Is it happy?
I think it's plaintive. Is plaintive?
It's not on the list.
Okay.
Man. Inspirational?
Yes, definitely inspirational.
Romantic.
I mean, maybe.
Is there a romantic?
Is there a Mrs. Steve?
And is it sad? I'm going to
Not
guess
sad.
no. So I'm going to hit apply. Now these are our choices here. So
Okay.
it's called up. With those filters, it's called up a whole bunch of stuff.
Yes.
We have songs called Floating Lanterns.
Ooh, that's
Floating Lanterns. You want to try
Let
that?
me hear Floating Lanterns.
Okay, this is fun. We could just do this.
Yeah,
we could
absolutely.
do a whole week of this kind of programming.
No, it's just a little bit. That's a little ambient.
Yeah, I didn't like that so much.
Think about something that's more. Think about if there was an audio. You know the
How about this?
You
How
know
about
the cover of
classical-
The Wind in the Willows?
No.
With like the frogs, I think. What about
No.
Frog and Mr. Toad? You know Frog and Mr. Toad?
I think I can sort of picture it.
If you made that into music.
This isn't it, is it?
It's closer.
Okay,
It's
how
closer.
about this one? Dew on the Roses.
Oh, that's...
Yes. Here we go. It worked. The system works.
Love it. Love it. This is A Friend Like Steve, written by 7-year-old Miles of Wymondham, Norfolk, England. A friend like Steve. If I had a friend like you, we could build our own Minecraft villages. We could slay the Ender Dragon and defeat the evil pillagers. If I had a friend like you, we could search the caves for treasure. We could find an enchanted golden apple and jump around in pleasure. If I had a friend like you, we could use elytra and fireworks to fly. We could zoom around the map all day through the fluffy clouds and sky. If I had a friend like you, we could make a nether portal. We could find the totem of undying and make ourselves immortal.
Chicken jockey.
Beautiful, right?
First of all, we chose the right music.
Yes,
I'm
right.
very proud of that.
Yes,
I mean,
that
that's
was
all
great.
I contributed.
That
but I like-
music screamed Elytra.
What is that's the
I don't
thing.
know. I thought maybe you play Minecraft.
No, that poem is like a user manual to me. I'm like, oh, what are all these things? I got to learn about this.
You're saying that you've not found the totem of undying?
I don't know what the totem of undying is. I have a feeling if I pick it up, my head is going to shrink down or something like in one of the Indiana Jones movies. I feel like I should not pick that up.
John, do you mess with the Minecraft?
No, it's not a game I ever really got into, but I do see the appeal of especially for
You're
somebody
more
like
of a
Andrew.
Helldiver guy.
Yeah, you were way into Helldiver.
Oh man, you should have seen John and our server at the local restaurant we walked to last night from our Airbnb. They are both gamers, and they were broing down.
They were indeed.
Quick pitch for anyone that wants to play Helldivers 2 with me online.
Wow.
Or just in general, it is. If you are a person that like the movie Starship Troopers, you want a satirical approach at the American industrial military complex while killing bugs on foreign planets.
Okay.
It's some of the most fun you're ever going to have.
What did you say to the server? What was the last thing you said to the server as we walked
So-
out the restaurant?
So the server was,
Don't explain it. Just say what you told the server. The
I
last
said,
words.
I believe I said, quote, "This won't make sense to you now, but when you unlock the laser cannon, use it."
I got chills. Any sentence that begins with "this won't make sense to you right now, but when," I was like, what a power out, my dude. That was awesome.
We then found out that our server has a new Twitch account because she had been shut down. She had been shadow banned from Twitch for yelling at a kid
in the most profane way you can imagine.
Yes.
Whatever you're imagining now, make it more profane.
And she just let this fly to us. She told us exactly what she yelled at the kid to get kicked off of Twitch. And it didn't seem to feel in any way apologetic about it, Andrew. She was just like, yeah, I said that. So now there's two M's in my
two
G's in my handle. She had to add an extra
G to her name, but also, and I'm going to say an adult word here. It's not a bad word, but just a little bit of a warning there. But I mean, this is while we're chatting, kind of as we're paying the bill or whatever, and so we're just friends there. But in her official role as server, she was telling us about their special of the day, the certain kind of special flatbread they had, and she described it as an orgasm in the mouth.
Whoa!
I missed that.
You didn't catch that? That's why I wanted to give everybody a little bit of a a little bit of a heads up that was coming at you.
And then Andrew ordered 3 of them.
Story. And I said, I'll have what she's having.
And then ate them all himself.
And then I ate them all
leaving
myself.
us extremely frustrated.
Then I had a cigarette and I slept.
Asked us, was it good for you? And we were absolutely not.
Exactly. I think we have another caller here.
Okay,
Are you interested, or did you want to talk
about
the story some more?
No. I think I just wanted you guys to hear this beautiful.
I thought it was
poem of
great.
Minecraft. It was pretty awesome.
I actually really enjoyed your read.
Well, I didn't realize until midway through that it was rhyming. I feel like
but no, that's good. You don't want to it sounds corny if you lean too much into that.
Yeah, I
trust the
I
listener.
may not have done our little guy any favors on the scansion, but we got it out there. All right, let's take another
Ahoy, hoy.
phone call. Maybe this caller would like to have a little bit of inspirational poetry music behind them.
We got to stop that. Where's that coming from? Oh, that's coming from YouTube. Okay, we're good. Hi.
Hello, you're on TBTL.
Hey, it's Chris from New York.
Chris,
Hopefully,
you finally
getting
found
connection this
found a connection that you could talk to us on.
That's right. During the Zoom, you were breaking up pretty badly there.
But wait, and John told me, Chris, that that you then screen capped what your upload speed, you Euclid or something, and it was fractional.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yes, it was less than a megabyte. I have no idea. But it just happened to happen at that time.
Of course it
It's
did.
the perfect moment for my internet to
right.
go
Well,
down.
what were you going to talk about that we didn't get to talk about with you the other night?
Oh, so my show and tell item was a set list from my friend's cover band that plays at a cookout that I go to every year.
Oh, that's
special,
awesome.
but it's special to me.
That's
so.
cool.
That's really fun.
What sort of songs do they cover?
They're like a pop punk and emo cover band.
Nice.
So, some Fall Out Boy, some Jimmy Eat World.
Heck yeah, dude.
Panic at the Disco. Yeah.
Sunny Day.
Have I told you this story? Have I told you this story, Chris? I must have told this story on the show a few times, but it's it's sort of Taking Back Sunday related. It's because Taking Back Sunday is a band, right?
Yep.
Yep, and then Jimmy Eat World is also a band.
Yeah,
So
they're in that genre.
my first, and stop me if I've told you the story before, but my first ex-wife is an artist and had did various sorts of art gigs and was hired to do the art for a T-shirt for a co-headlining tour or a tour where Jimmy Eat World and Taking Back Sunday were going to be kind of playing together. So it was like, can you design a little T-shirt, for this? And she, not being a pop punk fan, just didn't know that Taking Back Sunday was itself a band, and thought that was like maybe the name of the record or something. And so what she made was a character. She made an illustration of a character named Jimmy that was pulling a wagon that had somehow Sunday in it. He was taking back
That's
Sunday.
really great, though. Actually,
That's kinda cool.
Yeah.
And I think they ended up liking it because it was so incredibly bizarre, but it was all based on the fact that she had almost no idea what any of the players in this T-shirt idea were. Like a little weird guy taking back the idea of Sunday in a wagon or something.
What a literal interpretation.
It was she was not a T-shirt designer by trade.
Yeah, that's interesting.
All right. Well, anything else, Chris, that you've got burning on your heart that you'd like to share with us?
Not really. I just wanted to say thanks again for another year of keeping me entertained, and obviously I'll be maintaining my donation, roll it over into the next year.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I would say if you have to choose between Wi-Fi, reliable Wi-Fi, and TBTL, make sure you take care of yourself. I feel like Wi-Fi is a utility. It's a right now. But if you do have that worked out, then yes, please keep your TBTL donation going as well. Can I ask you a question, Chris?
Yeah, no, yeah, sure.
So I kind of was making this joke the other night when we were having our connectivity issues, but I do follow you on Instagram, and I am always amazed at how much travel that you're doing. And I mean, this is, from one power traveler to another. I feel like, how many miles did you fly last year? Like, how much travel are you doing?
It's funny. I can actually answer that question.
Oh, I know you
I
can.
have like a flight log. It was about 140,000 miles last.
Ay. And this is obviously for work, right?
Some of it's for work, but a lot of it is taking the miles that I earn through work and using them for fun trips elsewhere. So.
Wow. So because the thing that's happened to me in the course of having so much travel associated with my work is I'm less inclined to travel now for recreation. But it sounds like you are undaunted, because every time I look up you on Instagram, you're like in a foreign country complaining about the airline service.
That tends to happen, but I roll with the punches on that. But yeah, I'm energized by travel. I really enjoy just seeing new places and meeting new people, and it really energizes me in a way that sitting around at home in New York doesn't sometimes.
Me too, man.
That famously sleepy city of New York. Hey, Chris,
it makes me appreciate New York more.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate the time I spend here more.
Are you still blogging and creating content around like breweries and beer and things like that?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I still keeping the Brew York name alive, and I've now been to 3,832 breweries.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. So people can find that if they just Google Brew York.
Yeah, it's Brew_York on wherever you get your social media. Well, on Instagram at least, and then on Blue Sky or Blueski. Sorry,
thank you. Please,
I'm just Brew York, one word.
Nice.
Everybody, go follow Chris. Go follow Brew_York in those places. Hey, Chris, thanks, man. We appreciate you and all of your time that you've spent with us over the years, man, in person and virtually.
Hey, thank you. Really appreciate all you do for the TENS community, and keep up the great work.
All right, thanks, man.
Take care.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, my guys.
That's it.
I feel like John, you and we've got an appointment over at the grocery store to buy a lot of hot dogs and hamburgers and Boca burgers and buns. We don't need forks.
We don't.
Thanks to our official fork sponsor,
Michelle.
Who also threw in plates as well.
What?
Paper plates.
Forks and plates
Forks
from
and
our friend
plates.
Michelle and Edina. Thank you,
Thank
Michelle.
you.
Appreciate you. But yeah, we're gonna have this get together later out at the lake, Castle Rock Lake, there in the park.
At the pavilion.
And we're looking forward to seeing folks out there. So we've got to go run and do that. Andrew, I guess you've got some technicals. Then you got to like take this whole setup
so
apart.
I'm going to get the show posted. Then I guess, I don't know if people realize this, but I was just spoofing at the beginning of the show. We're not actually going to live here. We got to go now. I got to break this all down.
That was a joke.
Yeah, that was one of those classic.
You really played with my heartstrings.
Boy, it was one of those classic Andrew jokes. So not to get overly sentimental here, but this has been just a heck of a week, and I'm sad to break everything down.
It is really bittersweet, We're relieved that this all went off without a hitch, from a technical standpoint. The show got out there and people could watch it and call in. By the way, props to you, Mr. Andrew. Well,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that like you should congratulate me. I just mean that like I kept on wanting to say before the show's like, this is all working. Like we didn't ever have that panicky moment. And I didn't want to say this because I didn't want to jinx it.
Yes.
And now if I just like mess up, if everything crashes now at the very last 60 seconds of the show, who cares? But we never had that scary moment. There's always a scary moment where it's kind of like, John didn't have the headphones for a couple of days, which was a bummer, but it didn't sync the show. But like a hum that you can't place or the video not working at all or anything like that, we just really, really, really lucked out. It was just part of the whole week.
I mean, luck is what the intersection of preparation and H. What do they say? No,
preparation and constipation. I
yes,
think,
that's right. No, I mean it's worked out because of all of the thought that you put into it, Andrew. So thank you for that. But like sometimes at the end of one of these weeks of doing the thon, it's a relief, and it's basically just sort of pure, I guess, happiness because we get to go home, sleep in our own bed. The listeners donated so that we know we can do this for another year as our jobs, and it's just kind of a little bit of like, well, phew, that's over.
Yes.
And that is sort of not exactly the total feeling this week for me anyway, because it's like we have made some real friends here, in this town, and like this has been truly I keep using this word, but it's been really a magical week, and so I'm really glad that it's gone well, but I'm also uncharacteristically sad that we're not doing the show from here on Monday.
I had a little fantasy of like being in this area again in the future, like with Genevieve, and being like, let's drive through Friendship. I want to show you everything that
Do you think there will be maybe some sort of bronze statue of the three of us when we come back?
I mean, I assume.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, honestly, an official historic designation. Like,
I
don't think it gets much better than that.
Can I just one last time as the money guy just plug, if you haven't made your donation yet, tbtl.net/donate. We're going to keep all the thank you gifts up and everything on the website like throughout the weekend at least. So if you can't get to today, but you want to get the harmonica or the tambourine or whatever, you'll still have an opportunity the next couple of days, but that's where you head over to take care of that.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you once again to all of
you.
you, the tens of listeners, for supporting this thing in whatever way that you can. It is it's truly humbling year after year to sort of go on this journey with all of you and to realize that like, hey, it worked. We get to do this as our job for another year. So thank you so much for making that happen. It is it's been like, it's been the greatest joy of my professional life without a doubt. And I have a lot of professional lives.
You have a lot
Too
of
many, some would
professional
say.
lives, indeed, yes.
So to say that is really, it means a lot when I say that, and it's true. So thanks again. All right, everybody. Guess what? We'll be back here on Monday with more Imaginary Radio.
Not here, but
no, but
there.
back in your phone, because nothing stops a TBTL. We'll see you all for that. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Thank you again from the bottom of our hearts. Take care of yourselves, and please remember, no mountain too tall.
And good luck to all.
Did we just become best friends?
Power out.